So how's Kimi Räikkönen getting on? It's a decent middle sector in comparison to Kvyat and to Stroll out on the track at the moment. He's 15th fastest. The man who's finished third here the last 2 years, and he goes 13th fastest. Pushes Magnussen down, pushes Hülkenberg down as well. We're on board now with Lance Stroll trying to lift himself out of the bottom 5. It hasn't happened again for Stroll and for Racing Point. Kvyat stays in the bottom 5 as well. Russell has out-qualified his teammate Robert Kubica. Sergio Perez now with a personal best in the middle sector, giving it absolutely everything as he rounds the final corner, club corner. The line comes at you soon, and he's done it. He's out of Q1, and Kevin Magnussen, who was in the top 10 in Austria 2 weeks later, well, 5th on the grid, and now he's going to line up at Silverstone 16th.
And Magnussen had to have bought his last lap, so that's cost Magnussen his qualifying chance today. He is out. He is a spectator like the rest of us.
Perez has lost time in the middle sector. He's got to find it all in the final sector to get through into Q3. Grosjean puts in a personal best, and Giovinazzi is still up on the time he needs to get out of the bottom 5. Bottas now puts in his best first sector. Hamilton can't match it on the medium compound tyre as Perez crosses the line and misses out. 12th is going to be the best that Sergio Perez can manage, but it's not going to stay there for long. Grosjean takes over 12th spot. Giovinazzi goes into Q3 again. Fine lap from the young Italian. Kimi Räikkönen, his teammate, third here in the last 2 years, is in the top 10 at the moment. Carlos Sainz behind him has missed out on Q3. Hülkenberg goes 7th fastest and pushes Kimi Räikkönen out. Now we have Alex Albon who goes into the top 10, and Albon pushes Sebastian Vettel out of the top 10. Lando Norris is next. One McLaren is in Q3. Sebastian Vettel's flying, but if he makes a mistake here, Martin, he is out of qualifying.
3 corners to go, including the exit of this one. Over the Vale, spot the braking. That's the most important part. Play with the throttle a bit now, and the line will greet him. So Vettel then definitely on the soft, and over the line he goes. Only P5 though. Yeah, they will be his race starting tyres.
Through the slow section of Loop and Village and Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight, where you're at 200 miles an hour plus. And it's a tricky corner as the DRS slams shut and you finally get a bit of downforce. Hamilton, yes, goes wide through that corner. I mentioned it was tricky. That's cost him time.
Yeah, Brooklands, the car wouldn't stick and it walked across the road and made it a tighter line then through Luffield. So not ideal there for Lewis.
He's lost 3/10 to his teammate Valtteri Bottas.
He has, yeah, and it looked all of that, didn't it? Because it compromised 2 corners for him, so he knows he's got some time in the pocket. He's going to have to deliver next time around. Bottas has got to finish the lap yet as well, mind you.
Absolutely, as Hamilton now comes to finish his first flying lap. 1:25.3, new lap record. That's the time they've all got to aim at. Valtteri Bottas, best 4th on the grid before, now on provisional pole in 2019. Max Verstappen will be next to the front runners to cross the line behind his teammate Pierre Gasly, who's gone a 1:25.7. Verstappen beats that by 3/10 and puts his Red Bull 3rd on the grid. Right, where are the Ferraris now? Sebastian Vettel, slowest of the 5 times. Charles Leclerc, only the 2nd row for Charles Leclerc, and both Ferraris behind the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. And everyone keeping their fingers crossed, the home fans, that Hamilton can make it through Brooklands unscathed, but neither are setting personal best times here.
No, they're nowhere near. 2-3 off in the first sector. Something, the grip's going. Something's going wrong here in terms of that first sector at least.
If we were looking for a grandstand finish, it's not happening, and there's something with the conditions that just ain't right at the moment, as Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton not improving, but Ricciardo is improving and Hülkenberg's improving and Charles Leclerc is improving. He's just set the fastest first sector time so far. The Mercedes do have a challenge here as Hamilton sets his best middle sector, but he's still 2/10 off.
But this is his middle sector where he made the mistake before, so Leclerc then is suddenly finding some speed. Can he make the difference from P4 at the moment?
And 3/10 faster than his teammate Sebastian Vettel through that first sector as well. Bottas crosses the line. He is on provisional pole. Doesn't improve his time. Lewis Hamilton, by 6 milliseconds, misses out on a 5th consecutive British Grand Prix pole. She was ready to celebrate.
Keep an eye on this man, though. Keep an eye on Leclerc.
And it might just be that not just Valtteri Bottas and not just the stopwatch, but this man, Charles Leclerc, is about to take provisional pole here and steal Mercedes and Hamilton's thunder. Round the final corner, round club, Leclerc crosses the line. No, it's only 3rd on the grid and 7 100ths between them. Pierre Gasly next across the line, 5th fastest. Where can Max Verstappen end up? 2nd row, 4th fastest, ahead of Sebastian Vettel, who's had a horror show really for him in the final part of qualifying. But Valtteri Bottas, whose best effort in the past was 4th on the grid, takes his first British Grand Prix pole. It's a Mercedes 1-2, and for Bottas, who closed the lead on his teammate and championship leader in Austria 2 weeks ago, it is the perfect qualifying results to maybe close that lead a bit more.
Right, so that's a pole position, Valtteri. Well done.
Yes!
We just needed
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Another 1-2 for Mercedes, 64 of them in Formula One. Lewis Hamilton will have to wait for a 7th British Grand Prix pole position. Charles Leclerc was right in it, and it was so close. Only 7 100ths separating the top 3.